Hello again guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Evelyn, and in today's video we are going to be making these yeasted plantain biscuits. Now you're definitely going to love them because they're so delicious and they have a texture that's between a bread and a biscuit. They are also very chewy and they have that plantain flavor because I made them with some mashed plantain. They turned out so tasty and you can have them with a variety of soups or sauces, or you can have them with any sandwich spread. So without saying much, let's get started. As always, the recipe is so simple. I've listed all the ingredients in the description box down below so you can check on that. So for this recipe, I'll be using one ripe plantain and I'm just going to peel it and cut into small pieces. Then we'll go over to the next step. Next, using a masher, I'm going to mash until there are no more big lumps. Also for this step, if you don't have a masher at home, you can also use a fork or any other item in your kitchen. Whichever way works for you, just make sure you mash until there are no more big lumps, just like this. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to activate my yeast. So in my mixer bowl, I've just added 3/4 cup of warm milk and I'm going to be using active dry yeast. If you're using instant yeast, you can totally skip this step. So in my mixer bowl, I'm going to be adding 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast, and I'm also going to add a little bit of sugar to help activate the yeast. Next, I'll just mix it well for a couple of seconds, then I'll cover and set aside for about 5 minutes. So after about 5 minutes, this is how my yeast mixture looks. Next, I'm going to be adding the plantain we mashed earlier. One egg. I'll also be adding about 2 tablespoons of raw honey. One teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of salt. Next, I'm going to be adding 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I'll place it in the mixer on low speed for about 5 to 6 minutes until it forms a dough. Now after about 5 minutes, I'm going to be adding about 2 to 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You can also use some melted butter in place of the vegetable oil, and I'm going to mix for another 5 minutes. Now the oil I've just added is going to make the dough very easy to work with. After about 5 minutes, I'll remove the dough from the mixer, then flour my work surface, and I'm going to knead the dough again for another 1 minute. This step is actually optional, you can skip it. At this point, our dough looks good. I'm just going to let it proof by placing it in a greased bowl. Then I'll cover with a kitchen towel. I'll let this rest in a warm place for about 1 hour until the dough doubles in size. As you can see, the dough has doubled in size. I'm just going to punch to release the excess air in the dough, and I'm also going to fold it in to release any trapped or air buildup in the dough. Then I'll transfer to my work surface. Next, I'm going to flour my work surface, and this is particularly important because it prevents your dough from sticking. I'll place my dough and I'll divide it into 2 to make it easier to work with. After flouring my rolling pin, I'm going to roll this dough into a nice circular shape, or whichever shape you want. I'm going to roll it until the dough is about half an inch thick. Then I'll cut the dough into nice circles. Now to cut your dough, you can use any item in your kitchen to get this shape. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure that you have nice circles just like this. Then I'll set them aside and repeat the same process with the remaining dough until I'm done. At this point, if you are still watching and haven't already given the video a thumbs up, what are you waiting for? Please give me a like, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button down below for more amazing recipes. So I've greased and floured my baking tray. You can also do this by placing a parchment paper, but I ran out, so I had to improvise. Next, I'll be placing them on my baking tray to allow them proof again. And once I'm done, I'll cover with a kitchen towel for about 30 minutes. Now this is after about 30 minutes, and you'll notice that they've increased in size. Next, I'm going to brush some egg on my biscuits before they go into the oven, and this will give them that shiny golden color and make them a bit crispier. Once I'm done with that, I'll transfer them into a 350 degrees Fahrenheit preheated oven, and I'll bake them for about 15 to 20 minutes. So guys, after about 20 minutes in the oven, this is how they look. They look so beautiful, and it's best to serve them when they are still hot. And like I said earlier, you can pair them with a variety of soups or sauces, or you can have them with any sandwich spread, and they taste and smell amazing. You can also serve them with some hot coffee or tea, and you'll definitely enjoy them. So if you've watched to this point, thank you so much. Please give me a like if you enjoyed today's recipe, and don't forget to also subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my amazing recipes. Until my next video, bye.